Hello everyone. Today we'll be going over installing ftrack on an AWS server. And the reason for doing this is that the kind of environment in which you'll be using ftrack typically may not be exactly the way that you want it to be. You may have some firewall restrictions. You may not have access to a server that has the right kind of operating system, i.e. CentOS. The other good thing about running ftrack on an AWS server is that if you do something wrong and somehow you don't want to spend the time trying to understand what went wrong, you can simply kill your instance, start a new one, and start afresh. So you really get the advantages of setting up a virtual machine and being in control of it and not being dependent on anyone or anything. So let's begin by launching an instance. And we'll go in the AWS Marketplace and select CentOS, which is not one of the default images that you can get. So we'll get CentOS 7, press select, and you should probably get something that's general purpose. Two CPUs and 8 GB of memory should be more than enough. And let's just launch this. So AWS is now launching my instance, and this is now done. So if I go on that instance, I can just grab the IP address here, the public IPv4 address, and paste it in my terminal, SSH into the server, and I will also need the PEM file, which is located here. So I have an alias for this, but I'll just say SSH CentOS at the IP address -i .ssh CentOS.pem, and we are now logged into our newly created server. So what we'll want to do at this point is actually have a link to ftrack, and you'll have to contact ftrack support to actually get a link to the binary, which you can do through on their website. They have a support box. You can simply chat in there, tell them where you're working. You'll probably need to communicate via your work email address, and they will send you a link to their binary. And if you just do a curl with brackets of that URL and put that inside ftrack.tar.jz, then that gets downloaded fairly quickly. And next you'll need to go and look for the installation script for ftrack, which we'll simply find easily through Google by typing ftrack installation script, which is right here. And you can download this. I think curl may not... Oh, curl is installed. Okay, fine. And one thing that you need to do is actually, it seems that MariaDB, or at least some MariaDB libraries, are installed on this CentOS image on AWS, so you'll need to remove that. And for this we'll simply do sudo su to go into root mode. Yum provides yum search Maria. This library, MariaDB libs, just uninstall it. Yum remove MariaLibs. That is now removed, and now all we need to do is run the install script. And when it asks for the path towards the ftrack package, just type ftrack.tar.jz. Currently it's downloading the icons and the database and some extra configuration files that it needs to install. It then untars the ftrack package in the right place, which is opt ftrack, Now it's going through installing MariaDB and configuring it. It's actually quite interesting taking a look inside the installation script to see what's going on there. And this is now done. So to make sure that ftrack is running okay, we'll simply do a tail -f of tmp ftrack.log. And yes, there seems to be an error. It cannot find the libpcre.so.0, which is a normal error to have on CentOS 7. So let's go inside user lib and ls libpcre. Okay, so that means it's inside lib64 libpcre.so.1. We'll simply want to rename this to libpcre.so.0, not cp, rather symbolic link, ln-s libpcre.so.0. And that's done, and let's just restart ftrack quickly, unless it's still trying. Nope. Okay, so we'll do an etc init.d supervisor local stop, and this stops all the various background services that are required for running ftrack. And let's start again. You need to wait about 10 seconds before starting ftrack after stopping it, so if you see a fail message, just try again. Let's take a look at the logs once again, and we seem to be running just fine. Good. Let's go back to our management console and select our instance, which is right here, and look at the inbound rules for your security group. You'll see that we only have a port 22 for SSHing, so we'll click on the security group, go inside the inbound section, add a rule for HTTP, and that's all we need. We can now go back to our instance, which is this one, and simply copy and paste this inside your browser. And we have successfully installed ftrack. So the default username is I think root 12345. Yep, that's fine. So we are now inside ftrack. We don't currently have a license, so you'll need to send another email to ftrack's support, giving them your MAC address. I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with doing this, but in case you're not, you can say ifconfig -a, and simply grab your ether MAC address for eth0, and you can tell which one it is because you have an actual IP address as opposed to your loopback address. And copy this, send it to them in an email, and they will send you your license, which you can then install by going inside system settings, and is it system settings, my account? Yes, update license. Just click here, paste your license once you have it. Obviously not this, but it's a long string, and ftrack will work absolutely fine. And then, as I'm also sure that you're aware, you can take a look inside the MariaDB database by saying MySQL, and you can either use the root user, and the password is root pass, and this user has a lot more rights than the other user, which is ftrack user. And you can say show tables, and you now have all of your ftrack tables available for viewing. The other account is ftrack user, but I can't remember the password. I think it's I can't remember the password, so just use the root one. That'll be fine. And that's it. This is all these steps, not that many as you can see, to get ftrack running on an AWS instance. Thank you very much for your attention, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.